Malta evolved in the fund jurisdiction since it became a member of the European Union in 2004. That was the launchpad for Malta. That, together with the Malta Financial Services Authority, which is the regulator here in Malta, who adopted flexible but yet thorough regulation and legislation, allowed Malta to project itself in the fund industry and allowed it to attract not only the larger funds and fund managers to Malta, so we're talking about your 50, 100 million to 100 million funds, but Malta also provided a good platform for those starting managers that would have had 5, 10, 20 million. Another reason why Malta has evolved into a favourable fund jurisdiction is the fact that we have a very approachable regulator. The Malta Financial Services Authority is a regulator with an open door policy. It allows who want to set up a fund in Malta or a licensable activity in Malta to meet with the regulator before even an application has been submitted, so that an open and frank discussion can be held with the regulator, and the regulator can give guidance, informal guidance on what one should do and how should approach the application. This is a very big advantage compared to other jurisdictions in Europe and around the world, since it is very difficult to obtain a meeting with the regulator in a relatively short period of time. Malta has developed really rapidly. We have over 550 funds, including sub-funds, with an asset value of over 10 billion euros. What has Malta offered? Malta has offered a safe haven, peace of mind, political stability, regulatory stability as well. So there is continuity within the industry. What has happened over the past few years? Many countries around the world, not just in Europe, were suffering due to the economic crisis. Malta, on the other hand, was a different story. It was a success story. It registered year-on-year growth in the financial services industry. And most importantly, Malta was one of the few countries around the world which, directly or indirectly, was affected by the credit crisis, which did not need any bailouts. It did not need any government intervention. That goes to show that Malta has a robust banking system, which is a big offering to whoever wants to establish here in Malta, because they have greater peace of mind, knowing the fact that there's stability within the industry and that business is done in a manner which safeguards everybody's interests. Furthermore, Malta has enhanced the double taxation treaties, so it's got over 70 treaties with different countries around the world, including one with the United States, which is very hard to obtain, allowing promoters of funds, fund managers, to be able to make use of these double tax treaties and have tax-efficient structures. Another is the fact that Malta is not draconian in its laws of where certain providers need to be established. For example, fund administrators do not need to be physically present in Malta, but can be based outside of Malta. So in a nutshell, what are the main advantages of Malta? Political stability, continuity from a regulatory perspective, safe haven, business is done in an appropriate manner so that if there are any bubbles around the world, Malta does not suffer like other countries have, and an industry whereby you have fund administrators, fund managers and custodians who are on the ground and able to provide the services to the clients. Another advantage Malta offers is the fact that Malta has very good relations not only with its European neighbours but also with its North African neighbours and Middle East counterparts. Malta has excellent relations, so it provides a gateway to Asians, people from the Middle East, even Americans, to have a stepping stone or a gateway, as you prefer, into not only the European economy but also to the relatively untapped North African markets, which have great potential and which can be further explored in future. The type of fund structure which can be set up in Malta are varied. We have various legal forms, being the investment company with variable share capital, the investment company with fixed share capital, trusts and partnerships. Maltese legislation originally had the professional investor fund regime. However, with the introduction of the AIFM directive, we also have now the AIFs. Recent developments in 2012 was the setting up and establishment of the recognized incorporated cell company structure, whereby one would have a predetermined platform with a number of commonalities such as the director registered office of the company, and one could plug and play his or her particular sub-fund into the structure. The RICC would also assist with the setting up with the MFSA. The main advantage is that each sub-fund would be a separate legal entity from any other parts of the structure, and therefore assets and liabilities are totally segregated. Advantages here in Malta as well are that funds can be set up as self-managed funds, so one would not need to have a third-party manager based on the ground, and that self-managed fund would have an investment committee composed of 3 individuals who would be overseeing the operation of the fund, together with a portfolio manager being both internal or external. All legislation and regulation is in English, making it easy for foreigners not based in Malta to better understand what are the requirements here in Malta. Be it a professional investor fund, be it a licensed manager, whatever activity is regulated in Malta, but the legislation is as flexible and as approachable as possible, always within the international parameters, and the MFSA is always willing to listen and understand queries or concerns about potential investors coming to Malta to set up their structures and see whether potentially exemptions may apply.